Hey fam, how you doing? This is Mike Robinson. Uh, hope you're well. Hope your universe, your reality is getting better every second, every minute of the day. I want to thank all my new subscribers. That's always a relative term, but no matter when you joined, I thank you for your support. The fact that you just listened, you clicked on the link and you said, "Let me listen to this guy rant about whatever." I appreciate it. If you like my content and you click the thumbs up, I appreciate it. If you click the thumbs down, it talks to the analytics, and I appreciate that too. It is what it is. Anyway, I appreciate you. With that said, I'm going to, you know how I do. This is my corner of the internet, my block, and I just call it like I see it, like I've lived it, and that's it. That's what you get here at this channel. I can't promise you anything else but the truth as I see it, and I've lived it. Okay, so I'm gonna start here with Forex, and we're 12 days into the new year, and you know, closing out 2020. That last video that I dropped. I'm looking at the analytics. And I like to keep it light and I like to have fun, fam. Um, I didn't expect a lot of people to check out the video. One, it's long. Two, the title. I like creating titles. Outside of this world of finance and helping people understand hard assets. Uh, I do other things, and some of the things that I do. Um, you need to at times poke people. I know that's why they give those kind of, I forgot I think in Messenger allows you to poke people, I think it is, or they used to. Some of these platforms give you that kind of ability because sometimes people, they doze off, in life. And you got to poke them. So you could do that with titles, and I enjoy that. Um, but what I want to talk about here, I want to tell you a real story real quick. 2 minutes in, gonna kind of try to stay at a frequency, and you could always, turn the video back and listen to me again. That you don't get bored with what I'm saying, and I can get as much content and drop as much cloth talk to you as I possibly can while I'm with you on the corner, right? Because you don't know when you're going to be called when your number's up. So anyway, um, about 4 years ago now, well, 5 years ago, with 21, back around 2016, before the Bitcoin run up. True story. So it's not that I'm bragging and boasting. I've heard quite often that when you tell something that's true, it can't be considered bragging or boasting, right? It's the truth. So um, I was talking to these individuals in this organization, and I was telling them some of the concepts and theories um, that I had at the time, had for decades actually, had told many people about, and I had come across them, and I had just recently found out about Bitcoin at the tail end of 2015. We're still trying to figure it out. Um, so I was talking to these individuals, four of them, and some of them may be listening to this video. And I was telling them about Bitcoin and what I thought was going to happen because I had been talking to people, like I said, for over a decade about a paradigm shift that I saw coming in the financial markets, right? And some of you that have been following my videos, I don't know if I've told anybody before because I don't like to blow my own horn, but I'm self-taught, and I believe I said this before. I'm self-taught as far as being a trader because I started out trading commodities. I taught myself how to trade commodities on the internet. And I used to draw my own charts by hand. What you're looking at on my screen now, that technology didn't exist to individual retail account holders. So I drew my own candlesticks, and I did it on a daily basis, and I did it for years. And I still have those charts upstairs in a briefcase. Uh, so anyway, self-taught, and I was talking to these individuals, and I was telling them about Bitcoin. And at the time I was telling them about Bitcoin, Bitcoin was around, it was hovering from around $600. It was hovering between $600 and $900. It was bouncing back and forth. It was in a range. Um, and I was telling them, I'm not going to get into that story right now. But anyway, needless to say, okay, they missed the 2017. This is why I pulled it up because I was looking at this. Okay. They missed the 2017 rally in Bitcoin. All right. Um, I was talking to them back here, right? You can't even see it. Um, but before Bitcoin went up in November of 2017 and had its rally, right? And it hit right around $20,000. Um, I was talking to them, and had they taken Bitcoin more seriously and learned the technology that was part of their reality, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. And that's kind of like what I'm gonna be getting into more and more as we go into I'm gonna call them series um, into the year. Um, a lot of wealth manifestation today is understanding the systems that are in our reality. Okay, and Bitcoin is one of those systems. And if they would have listened to what I was saying, and I'm not chastising, but I'm saying if they would have listened to what I was saying, and let's say a handful, and I know there were a handful in this organization who had $1,000 to invest, right? Had what you might call discretionary income, right? Cash that they would not miss if I was wrong, right? Like I said, when I was talking to them initially, right, about the paradigm shift, what's going to happen, what's happening in crypto, had a handful of them, five of them, invested in the first run up to 20,000. That would have been $100,000 on a $5,000 investment. Some might call me genius at that point for that run up, right? But then we all know that Bitcoin ran back down, right? Right here, you see it, right? They threw it back down, retested the bottom, right? Just around $3,000, right? Now everybody's like, oh, Bitcoin, it's going to go through the floor. It's done with, blah, 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 right? But if you look at this, right, as a trader, you'd see that that was nothing but a stop hunt. They were just flushing the market, right? Flush all the weak hands out, buy the buys with the buy limits down here at the bottom, and then, whew, man, a lot of millionaires, billionaires, and there's some trillionaires out there that haven't cashed in. Okay. Um, I know people online who I follow and listen to. I consider, I'm something like I'm a stealth protege, listening to mentors online. And there's one mentor I listen to, and this individual has over 10,000, has wanted to give away over 10,000 Bitcoin, whole Bitcoins. So if you're an individual who has 10,000 Bitcoins to give away, multiply just that 10,000 Bitcoins by this number right here. Multiply that 10,000 Bitcoins that the person wanted to give away when it hit 20,000. You know, so anyway, so now I'm talking to the organization, right? Talking to the organization about God's money, right? And I consider Bitcoin God's money, right? It's gold 2.0. And I have no problem with that. Okay, I have no problem with that. But now I'm talking to people about God's money, right? Physical gold and physical silver, right? Now you see there's been a pullback. There's been a pullback. There's a consolidation going on, right? Because the new administration is still not in place. There's a whole lot of turmoil from the last time I made a video to now, right? We've seen, regardless of how you feel about what went down in Washington, it was bad. It was a bad look, right? So the markets they're kind of at rest, right? They're at hover, right? They're not going to do anything really until the new administration comes in, right? But everybody that I listen to, let's bring up gold, right? Let's bring up gold. We're 10 minutes in. I can't promise you how long this is going to be. Um, If we bring up gold, to me, this consolidation at 1839, right here, we see these two levels here. It may drop a little bit more, 1829, and another $10, another, where's this right here? They're going to rest here. And you have another level here. This is resistance, and it's support for the drop. Let's look. This could be the possible uh, level they could be looking at, 1791. So, they could come down. They could come down. What was that? What would that be? 17, 3, being another 550, $600. They could drop another 500, 600. They could drop another $1,000. In consolidation. But you could do what you want with your investment allocations. I'm going to buy and dollar cost average. If they keep dropping, I'm going to continue to buy. And I'm going to show you something before the video's over. Just keep this in mind, okay? Just keep in mind, price is falling, right? They're shaking the market out. They're doing, I tell you, I don't look at news. I don't care that they're waiting for a new administration. I'm watching what they do here, right? I believe, and anybody that follows me in my downline, you'll be able to tell anybody who asks you about your upline, he believes, I hear what you're saying, but your actions speak so loudly. And I apply that to all aspects of my life. Whenever I look outside, I apply it. So it doesn't matter what the news says. I'm watching actions. Okay, so enough of that. Right? Same thing with silver. Right? Same thing with silver. We're not going to belay the issues. You get the point, right? You get the point. So if you're not in a position to take advantage of what the millionaires and the billionaires and the hedge funds and the family offices and the pension funds and the uni fund account holders, what they're all looking at gold, silver, and Bitcoin. They're all positioning themselves because they have to. And I'm not going to get into economics right now. You've heard me talk about it before. There's a move out of cash into hard assets. And if you're not positioned to take advantage of that, or if you are positioned in your portfolio and your portfolio is levied, okay, right, is levitating because of a valuation that's based on the dollar, which is the reserve currency. Look, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice, but I wouldn't want to be holding your portfolio. That's just what I feel. So if there's got a bunch of real estate in it right now, I would suggest, and like I said, you listen to whoever you want to listen to, but real estate's about to take a hit. Take a hit. It is. And you could argue with me or whatever. But yeah, anything not in hard assets in a bit is going to take a hit, because if you understand economics, and I talked about it, in the previous video, I got into M1, M2, cash, velocity of money, velocity of cash, VOC, VOM. If you understand that stuff, you understand that they have to infuse the market with cash. People are hurting, right? So it doesn't matter what they call it, right? When they start fixing the economy, it's going to be an influx of cash, which is going to be a devaluation in the buying power of your current dollar. So how do you protect yourself? You move that currency into hard assets that aren't so much affected by interest rate fluctuations, i.e. gold, silver, and Bitcoin. So, okay, so anyway, silver also pulling back, consolidating. Yeah, it's going to go. Mark my words. We're in January. Mark my words, because it's going to be a good Christmas for some people. I hope, and I'm going to be in that band, as they say. Using a musical metaphor, being a musician. So yeah, that's the weekend wrap up. Week wrap up so far, and I might come back with another one before the week is out. This being Tuesday, right? That's where we are. It's quiet, right? Market's quiet. So now on to the next day. So I want to talk about Zoom for a minute. because, excuse me, excuse me. So I want to talk about Zoom because a lot of people are using Zoom. A lot of nonprofits are using Zoom. Schools are using Zoom. And what I want to say here is I'm shifting a little bit my mindset because I want the manifestation. Right now, we were on a Zoom call with the CEO, Jason Offman, yesterday with 7K Metals, and Blake Davis, uh, Zach Davis, one of the co-founders, popped in, and they're officially they started a new contest. And I don't typically get hyped about contests, but I don't know, for some reason this one I want to do. Um, and I want to see other people um, be blessed by this contest. Everybody is always blessed by the contest that 7K Metals has. This one they say is going to be phenomenal. The end game reward is going to be phenomenal. I want that. I want it this time. I've let two contests go by. This one I want. So I'm giving notice to my team. So everybody's on Zoom, right? So my shift is that I'm going to be talking to more nonprofits, for-profit businesses, business people, um, real estate business people, people who invest in flips, people who invest in uh, um, all kind of forms of real estate, uh, because real estate investors, man, they could really do well with 7K Metals. The cash flow in and out, whether you do Airbnb, student housing is what I was thinking about. That's what I got brain fog about. Yeah, because I used to do student housing. I was looking into student housing as a real estate investor. Uh, Very lucrative aspect of real estate. Um, there's a nuance to it, but again, not going to get into that right now. But anyway, real estate investors, they should be clamoring towards 7K, if not for the building of the downline aspect, just going associate, building a solid downline where your associate bonuses are running fluently every week, 500 points, 500 points, 500 points on left and right, and you making $2,000 a month. That in real estate cash flow is huge. It's huge. So anyway, Zoom. Um, if you're using Zoom and you're spending more than I believe now, um, in total transparency, right? I have no reason to lie to you guys. You're my family, right? Fam, right? So when 7K first, and uh, again, benefits have their privileges, right? There's a privilege here I'm going to be getting to. I'm alluding to it, but I'm going to get to it real quick. When 7K brought Zoom, when COVID hit back in February, March of 2020, and 7K had the foresight to say, okay, well, our members are going to need Zoom. They went and they called Zoom, the corporation, and they struck a deal with the Zoom corporation. And um, our initial cost for the executive suite, right, which I'm going to show you, right, here's, right, I haven't logged into my account, so this is what you would see if you were to go to the website for Zoom, right? So no hocus pocus, right? This is the Zoom website, right? This is not what I'm, okay. So anyway, when we first came in and they saw the numbers, they saw the legion of faithful 7K members, that which we are, right? Because we appreciate what they're building for us, right? They gave us, I pay $9.99 for this enterprise package, right? So what's my point? Now you have to call sales to get this enterprise package if you call them from the street, right? So if you're not a 7K member, you're picking up the phone and you're calling sales to get this yearly leasing agreement. Now, If you are paying, I just told you I pay $9.99. Now, caveat, asterisk, right? You cannot get that price anymore, even if you join 7K. When Zoom saw the numbers of people that jumped on this package, they had to do some recalculation. Okay, it's not good or bad. It's business. Right? So they did some calculation, and they said, listen, we can't keep it at 9.99. For all future people that are joining your company. People are joining your company in droves. We're losing too much money, and I understand that. So they raised it. I think now if you buy, you get the enterprise package through 7K, right? Through 7K, I believe they are giving it to 7K members exclusively, nobody else in the world. Through 7K, I think it's $12.99 now, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm grandfathered in, right? Because I've been in that long. I was in the company before they brought Zoom to the company. So I got the initial price before it went up. They adjusted it. But even at $12.99 per month, you're getting the enterprise package, everything that's in here. So let me just show you, okay? Let me just show you that I'm not talking crap, right? All right. So, what do I want to show you now? No. Okay, so I'm already in. Wait a minute. Here we are. Let me go back here. And boom, my account. Okay. So I'm gonna block out anything that's, I don't want a public purview. But okay, so you can see my face, right? This is my back account, right? With Zoom. Uh, you can see I have a passcode, you know, personal ID, right? This is me, right? I have no reason to joke. Now, notice I can have for $9.99 a month, and if I was coming in 7K. So in other words, why am I saying all this? Not to brag or boast. I'm saying this, if you're watching this and you are the president or the head of a nonprofit, okay, in particular, because nonprofits are always asking people to sacrifice, right, and work for free, right? So if you're going to be fiscally responsible, right, and you hear people all around, especially in my community, if you know better, you do better, right? So that's why I'm putting this on video, right? Because if you listen to this and you're a head of a nonprofit or a for-profit and you're using Zoom and you're paying a whole heck of a lot more than I'm paying, probably for more uh, ability, because I have the executive suite, right? And I'm paying $9.99 for it per month, right? 500 participants, right? So we can go back to the pricing, right? And I'm gonna show you something. Two-factor authentication, which I haven't turned on. Where's that other thing that I want to show you? Language, right? Language, right? So I can edit the language, right? So now let's go back, right? 500 language, right? So now we go back, right? And you go all the way down here and you show full comparison, right? Enterprise package, boom, 500, right? Boom. So if you have the ability, if you don't have the ability to host 500 people on your Zoom, you're not, and you're paying more than $12.99 a month. Like if you break down your yearly expense with Zoom, right, with all the people who you might be giving side accounts to, right? Because as we see here, right, each account allows you to basically give out other licenses so other people can open up accounts on that license, right? Now I can give out 100 plus on my account for $9.99 a month. I don't know where you fall. You may have a pro account, right? You may have a business account, right? Um, but you're certainly paying because when you do the math, right? My $9.99 a month comes out to roughly 120 for the year, and I have all of this. So I'm talking. I'm doing better than pro, and I'm getting all of this, right? So I could do the math on the $12.99 or $13. Um, but you do that. I'm not talking to babies. So but the other thing I want to show you, okay, so here's a breakdown, right? And to a large degree, you could do pretty good with the basic and the pro, except, basic gives you 40 minutes because they know most people, that's the free account, right? Basically. You could do a lot, with the lesser accounts. But if you're running an organization, is my point, you want the enterprise package, right? And I'm showing you a way for $100. And I told people on my last video, and I kind of said it at the end, and if people aren't listening to that video, you didn't hear my offer. 4 people this month, January, I'm going to pay your $100 membership, right? Come in for the 99. I'll talk to you on a one-on-one with Zoom. I'll explain to you the strategy in doing that. But I will reimburse you once you set up your Gold Money, your Sound Money account. I will send you back your $100. So basically, I'm paying for your membership. I'm gonna do that for 4 people until the end of January. So basically, you can get the enterprise package for $12.99 a month for free if you're an organization listening to my voice. You just sign up under 7kmetals.com/going for gold. That's my personal username, right? You'll see me at the bottom. You sign up, we talk, you plug in, you set up your Zoom account, you cancel your other account. Now you're being fiscally responsible and you're saving your organization money. That's my whole purpose for bringing this up. Okay, so as you can see here, language interpretations, you have it on the business, you have it on the enterprise, executive business reviews, customer service management, and bundle discounts are only available on the enterprise package, which I have all of these. And if you don't have the enterprise package, you don't. So that's that. And that's not to rub it in anybody's faces. I'm showing you that you can have it all through 7K, because 7K Metals benefits bear its privileges, right? All right, moving on. Now, next thing I want to talk about, 26 minutes in. Okay, let's keep it moving. Now, 7K Advantage. For people who like to travel, for people who, yeah, like discounts, for people who like to live that better lifestyle, because people who are moving and shaking, even though they make a lot of income, even though they have a lot of assets, even though they have a lot of hard assets, they don't like to spend or use that. They'd rather do OPM, other people's money. They use credit, and they know how to manage the credit, right? And they take advantage of things like this, right? They join a company like 7K, not just because of the lucrative income that could be made, not just because of the private vault and the ability to move gold and silver across borders in milliseconds, right? Secured and audited, right? Insured by Lloyd's of London, but because you can take advantages of things like this, right? So anyway, you put your location in there, right? This is my zip. Okay. Let's see if it pulls me up. No, I don't know why they did that. Here we go. All right, so this is where I am, right? So this comes in that $30 a week, or 120 roughly a month. This is another benefit. I just showed you the Zoom benefit, right? Now I'm showing you the 7K Advantage. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, I'm getting ready to travel, right? And what I did is I compared the hotel, right? Hotels here, right? So let's go to hotels, right? Why is it saying? Oh, I forgot to log in. Okay. All right. I don't really want to go through that right now, but anyway, I logged in, and I basically compared the hotel, and they have, well, 2 things happened. They had a block, because it's a large party that's going to be traveling in town for this event, and the hotel reservation that they gave out, when I clicked the link to reserve, there were no more rooms left. I said, oh, wow. I mean, I wasn't worried. I'll get a room somewhere else close by. I'll make it happen. But, you want to be part of the group and yada, yada, right? So I said, let me check out what 7K Advantage. And sure enough, I went in here, I went to hotels, I logged in, and lo and behold, um, several room options available through 7K Advantage, right? Um, and this isn't the first time I checked. I checked about a month and a half ago, um, about a month ago, and I had found that the room through 7K Advantage was actually less expensive than the block rate in the price that was given through the host for the event. So my point is that 7K Metals travel, as far as the hotels, and I've looked at some plane uh, fares also. Very, very, very satisfied. That's all I can say. You know, you'll have to join 7K, look for yourself. Um, but yeah, I'm very, very satisfied. As you can see, when they did, we used to have something else. What was it? It was 7K travel before, and it was good. You know, you could book hotels, and we couldn't do flights. We couldn't do flights. Now we can. See here, we can do flights. Or yeah, you can see it's very, 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 very thorough. The discounts in this program. But yeah, so now I could book all my flights. Let's just go to flights. Did it move? No. Boom. It's not moving. Maybe because I'm not logged in. So they don't, I don't know, I guess they don't allow you to look at certain things if you're not a member. Um, so yeah, but anyway, there are flights in here. I've checked the flights. Very satisfied. Okay, let's move on. That's advantage number two I wanted to talk about. Um, so this is my 7K back office. You've seen this before. Um, you get to that 7K travel through uh, plugging in and entering your back office, going to this middle uh, box here, 7K Advantage, and clicking this. And everything is linked to your member ID. So when you book travel, if there are points attached to that travel, whether it be booking for a car, Disney, uh, a cruise, air flight, whatever it is, if there are points attached, they'll go up in the matrix, and everybody will be blessed because of your travel, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. What I wanted to show you here is this, because going to the title, which I probably will title this video, um, something along the lines of like, damn, 7K, you did it again, right? So yeah. Well, let's look here. So I'm going to block out, my balances. Um, excuse me, because the account is growing, and it's a private account. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to get across to people who are listening. This is a private world you're entering. The whole purpose of this is privacy. So um, yeah. Excuse me. I had to get a little hot chocolate. So anyway, Sound Money Back Office. You've seen this before. But what I wanted to show you is this. So I logged in my back office. This was probably, I don't know, maybe January 2nd. All right, so the new year come in. Let me just go in the back office and see what's going on. And I see this. I said, oh man, all right. So before commissions are released, you must sign the member agreement and add your tax ID. Do this in your profile. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I look here and I see pending, right? So I got a commission. That's why that's why I titled the uh, video the way I titled it, right? Because I didn't expect. I mean, I knew it was coming because I could see obviously the balances on both sides of my matrix. But I'm gonna tell you something about this company, fam. You will, after a while, and with what I'm going to hopefully instigate, and I use that word specifically, excuse me, um, the frequency is going to increase. It's going to increase. And I had told somebody, one of my downline, when they first came in, I said, a lot of network marketing, and that's what I'm gonna close this video out with, some marketing. A lot of marketing online is the experience of the what I call the popcorn theory, and this is not something I created. I heard this before from other people in marketing and sales, and so this is my second commission. Um, so when you start to add the layers of value and wealth of this business opportunity, okay, second $250 commission, check. 24 months of receiving MS-70 silver 1 ounce coins, check. Access to private wallet and vault where I can move physical gold and silver to any member around the world in milliseconds, no minimum, no maximum allowance or allocation, right? $1 million, $2 million, whatever's in my account, I can move, right? Check. Solid company, debt free, right? Getting pearls dropped every week on a webinar. Incredible training. What am I missing? So yeah, so second commission, and shout out to my downline. I love you. Uh, you're getting it. I want you to see this thing works. Okay, this thing works. You don't have to be afraid of it, right? You don't have to be afraid to promote it, right? Right? You could latch on. You could latch on, right? So um, let's just do this together, right? So that's what I want to do together, and I'll block out whatever I feel I need to block out. And this is what the. Looks like, so I don't think that they've updated some of this information, but I've been in, right? This is October 2018, which I've told you guys before. Well, I'm gonna block that out. As you can see here, my username, they say I can edit it. I'm not going to. I'm gonna block out, my sponsor, uh, and who he placed me under. Um, but yeah, payment history is back here. But let's get to where they want me to put some information in. Here we are. Okay, so let's look at this down here. Holding tank. They explain the holding tank, right? So you can read this for yourself. I don't have to explain that. All time, $500, right? Year to date, because it's the new year and this commission actually hit in 2021. Let's see what more detail says. All right. So yeah, very, and that's another thing. So individuals, companies, LLCs, for-profits, nonprofits, 7K is actually doing much of your accounting for you. Now, I'm not an accountant, and I'm not a bookkeeper, but much of what you would have to give or have generated to an accountant or bookkeeper, I'm sure is back here. So let's look at this membership agreement. Okay. So yeah, membership agreement. Okay, so go all the way down here, and I'm not gonna, you know, all right, so that's 4 pages. Okay, so that's that. There's nothing to click. I guess they just wanted me to read it. Agree. Okay, yeah, okay, agree. So now let me pause this. All right, so I clicked agree. And what happens is it takes you to another page, and it asks for your tax ID number. And if you were a corporation or a nonprofit and you had an EIN number, you would place your EIN number in there instead of your tax ID number. Okay, so it's that simple. They just want to know who they are to declare this account to the IRS too. This is a legitimate legal, ethical, and moral business opportunity, okay, or income producing opportunity, however you look at it. Because, like I said before, you don't have to um, build a downline, right? But you still are going to generate uh, wealth, right? And not all of it is declarable, but some of it will be declarable. Okay, so that's how that is. This is big boy, big girl stuff, right? This is the real world. So anyway, so let's go back. Let's go back and see if they released my. Let's see if they released my commission into my wallet, into cash. Let's see. Uh, Probably there's probably some delay. Um, so we'll have to come back to that. Uh, and I'll keep you posted on that. So that's what that is. So you put that in, and I'm sure there's a delay. And within an hour or so, they'll update that. Their computers will update, and they will see that I put my tax ID number in there. They will release my commission, and yeah, that will be divvied up into my gold and silver reserve. It will increase my holdings. So that's that. Um, the last thing I want to talk about, and we're 41 minutes in, for those of you who get into my downline, I want to explain something. There are various ways of marketing, and I haven't talked about this, but for those of you who want to do more advanced marketing and you want somebody who's done it for a while, well, I've done it for a while. I'm not the best, but I know my way around. Most people that I know of, some of the slickest marketers that I've ever uh, been privileged to know online, use the conversion pros. This particular company right here. Now, this is my back office to the conversion pros. Um, this is what the homepage pretty much looks like when you log in. And you have an autoresponder back here. So you've heard me talk about building a list, right? Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I don't have a very extensive list, but there's a lot of people. You can see there's 20 pages of people who've opted in to my capture pages. Those are all people who I can market to at any point in time. Okay. So if you want to learn about how to utilize, now let me explain something else. This is more advanced. This is a paid subscription. I pay monthly, $50 a month. I just keep it real. Right now, as your downline grows, and there are other people who may want to get into capture pages and having people see your opportunity on automatic while you sleep, you have to have a portal like this. You cannot do marketing on a mass scale while you're vacationing, while you're sleeping, without a a a, a portal, a marketing suite like this. And this is one of the best, if not the best, on the internet, in my personal opinion. So um, I'm not going to get into showing you my capture pages right now and all of that kind of stuff. I just wanted you to know that I do have a limited amount of knowledge. I'm trying to be as humble as possible. But I know how to put together a page. I've had some results. As you can see, I have 20 pages of people opting into my pages. Um, I haven't had the conversion that I want, but it's a process. But I will figure out the system because that's what I do. I figure out systems. But I was lazy with this coming into 7K. But I want you to know that I'm about to turn this on, and I'm actively really enjoying the work again, putting in the work. So I'm getting my portal together, my as they say, my funnel, my sales funnel. I'm working on it again. I mean, I'm fixing it up. I'm being creative, and I like being creative. That's one of the reasons why I love 7K Meadows so much, because, and that's something else I'm going to talk about in future videos, is you could literally build whatever you've dreamed about building ever in your life with this company as as a underpinning of your creativity, right? And I can show you how to structure whatever your dream is. If you want to be a real estate investor, I can show you how to use 7K to facilitate that dream, right? If you want to be whatever business you ever wanted to create, you can use 7K to facilitate building that business. And it doesn't have to take a year. It could happen in 12 days. Okay. People are their worst enemy. They put brakes on for no reason at all because, well, for fear, false evidence appearing real. But anyway, family, we're 45 minutes in. I love you. Thank you again to all my new subscribers. We're going to have a lot of fun in 21. And I'm working on partnering with someone who has a t-shirt business. They already have an established brand in the United States, and I don't know why I didn't think about this person originally. Maybe because they're a family member, but I'm going to tell them the advantages of 7K metals and how it could benefit their business, their t-shirt business, and maybe we can collab because I want to start wearing some t-shirts that rep the team. And yeah, we're gonna have fun this year. We're gonna have fun this year with people who want to have fun. If people don't want to have fun, then they should unsubscribe to my channel. Just get away from me because we're about to get popping. We're about to have some fun. I want to see some people leveling up. I want to see some people buying homes in a depressed real estate market, grabbing up these foreclosures. And I don't say that because I want to profit for somebody else's pain, but throughout every transition of wealth in history, someone's always going to profit or benefit or be blessed for someone else's misfortune, foolishness, or pain. That's just life. And so it's my focus to try to help people avoid that pain. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, like I said, people are always saying around me, well, yeah, you do better when you know better when you do better, right? Or you do better when you know better, right? Right? So anyway, love you, love you, love you. God bless you. May peace smile upon your home and your life. Be careful out there with all these strains of COVID, all the madness in the United States. I don't know where you are in the world listening to this video, but we can do this, and I'm gonna start talking about. Listen. If you're watching this video, I'm gonna start putting my web. I do a hangout on Mondays at 8 o'clock. Join me. It's really informal. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you're wearing. Just be a decent person. Come in with a positive attitude, and we're gonna talk about some strategies because there's gonna be an international expansion of 7K this year. All right, I'm telling you, there's gonna be a boom. Right? There are people in Hawaii clamoring at the bit to get in. There are people in the Philippines clamoring at the bit to get in. There are people, oh my goodness, it's about to happen. Family, it's about to happen. You don't want to miss this boat. So there is there is a loophole. Okay, there is a loophole, and I'm gonna be talking about that in future videos, right? Where you can get started even if you're in another country right now, right? And I'm gonna be calling some people up, right? Because what I keep telling people, I've been building networks for like 5 years in a particular country, right? Relationships, never asking for anything, just building relationships, getting to know people, right? And I'm going to show them this workaround because, a lot of people who live abroad still have bank accounts in the United States of America. Still have, let me stop. It's about to happen. I love you, folks. Take care of yourself. God bless. Peace.